Good morning, everybody. This is the DR Field and Bush Mower manufactured by the Bachtold brothers. It's had it for many years, and it takes a lot of work keeping it going. And I've been having a lot of problems with the chain coming off. This chain right here, it broke now, but it just keeps on coming off. And the trouble is it's stretched. It's each link is supposed to be a ½ inch long, and there's 64 links, but now it's like 64.5 inches long. So it's stretched and it's probably worn out, and it's time for a new chain, and they're not very expensive. The way it works is you've got the sprocket here, and then there's another gear on the inside here that comes off the motor for the drive, and this whole assembly, this whole yellow thing right here, slides back and forth. You can kind of see this bolt right here. You see that bolt right there. Those are the two bolts that you have to loosen up to slide back and forth. And then you can kind of see there's a slot. You can see how that's it's moved all the way to the right. This whole thing is moved to the right for maximum tension. So one of the things we're going to have to do is we're going to take those two bolts, loosen them, and then move it to the left. The manual suggests hitting with a hammer, and I was looking for a good pry point. But the only good pry point, when I go to tighten this, I found I could put a screwdriver in this hole and then wedge it in this hole to tighten. But when they designed this thing, they never thought about pry points to tighten this thing there. Kind of a design oversight among many. Good morning. Today we're looking at the Koch roller chain breaker, and supposedly this roller chain breaker will break really big chains to really small chains. And then we've got some roller chain. This is what they call number 41, which means it's a ½ inch length, and it takes a ⁄4 inch inside diameter for the width of the sprocket. They say it's for industrial equipment and agricultural equipment. 10 feet long. So if each one's a ½ inch long, that'd be 240 links. So the pitch is, like they say, ½ inch, and here's the various different diameters. So the whole idea is you buy a 10-foot length of this, and it comes. You can see there's a master link pictured here. It comes with a master link, and you break the chain at the right length and use a master link to connect it together, and you repair whatever the heck you have that's broken. Here I open the package, and you can see it's one big round chain, 10 feet diameter. Here you can see the master link, and as you can see, some of the links have the number 41 stamped on them to let you know it's a number 41, ANSI number 41 chain. So so far so good. Well, we start off. You can see that we got the master link here, and we have to take the master link out. Well, that was easy. So here's the master link out, and you can see it's got a link assembly, a top plate, and then the retainer. I got my old chain and my new chain lined up, and pretty interesting. The old chain was slipping off every once in a while, and I had to put it back on, and finally the stupid thing broke on me. But the interesting thing is over here. So on the old chain, I have 64 links, and it's exactly 32 7/16 inch length. Now let's take a look at and see what 64 links are in the new chain. The new chain, 64 links is exactly 32 inches. So I got that little stick at 32 inches there, and you can see how much longer the new chain is. It's almost stretched just about a ½ inch. So that explains a lot of the problems I was having, and the reason you periodically need to buy new chains. Although I guess I probably could have just taken a link out of the old chain and put a master link in there. But boy, you figure a length of chain, we're talking like what, maybe $14. There's no point in doing that. Okay, I counted 64. You can see the 64th link, and of course I'm going to take that out. And that'll make it 63, and then with the addition of the master link, that'll be the 64th link. So I put a little marker on there just so that I wouldn't forget which one it was. The Koch chain breaker. See, it has an extra pin. Let's open the package and take a better look. Okay, here's the chain breaker out of the package. See, it's kind of spring-loaded, so you press and it can grip. So I guess it'll grip the chain, and then in here we've got a pin. Kind of see the pin kind of goes in and out, and that pushes the pin out of the chain. So let's break some chain. Okay, we open up the vise grips. It's on the roller chain, and it's kind of got a notch in there, so it's centered. You can see that. And now let's give it a try. Now we tighten it up. Tighten it up. The pin's on the pin. Oh, I can see it pushing through. Oh, not bad. I made some progress. I got it down about 1/8 of an inch. Let me just back it off a little bit. I'm going to try the other side. Don't want to go for too much too quickly. Got it crimped in there. I sure hope this is on camera. Okay, oh, making contact. Oh, it's going right through. It popped right out. Let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, well, we got well, our chain is broken. Okay, to loosen these, we got a 9/16 inch wrench for the top, 9/16 inch socket on the bottom, and then you loosen these things up, and then you do the same thing on the one on the front. Keep chain and sprocket adjusted. Oh, if I just read that. Okay, well, we need to adjust it forward, and I'll follow the manual and use the hammer method. It's actually working pretty well. Okay, well, the hammer method actually works pretty well, and it's all the way adjusted forward. Okay, I got my chain. It's got 63 links in it, and then the 64th link will be the master link, and let's just go put it on. Okay, I got the chain in place, and there's a convenient little place to hold. I actually got it in the sprocket. Oh, boy, well. Okay, that goes on. Plate on. This thing. There it is. So now we just got to tighten up the sprocket and we'll be all set. Okay, you can see from the gap it's all the way back. So we'll try the hammer method. Okay. Okay, following the hammer, I noticed, and I can see we have about, well, it looks like a good 1/2 inch of play, and they recommend a 1/2 inch of play. I tighten up the bolts. I'm going to grease this chain up, and then after an hour of use, I'll check it again. Maybe have to tighten it again. But the good news is that we're right in the middle of the travel of the adjustment. So well, that's the good news. I wasn't happy with the chain tension, so I put a screwdriver in here and pried, and then tighten this thing up. And another thing I found, I think I gave some wrong information before. It works so much easier to have the wrench on the back and this baby on the top. Well, that works so much better.